Welcome back to my channel, where we explore the fascinating world of digital art and photography. In today's tutorial, we are going to show you how to create a dynamic perspective motion effect in Photoshop. To start, open your chosen image in Photoshop. We have already selected a photo for this tutorial. Now very first object we have here is to blur the background. To do that, make the copy of the background layer by pressing Ctrl J. We make two copies. The first copy will have just the car and the second copy will have just the background, so that we can treat them differently. So with the car layer, we need to make the selection of the car. You can use any of your favorite tools to make a selection. I use here quick selection tool to select the car. Take your time and make sure to create a perfect selection. Once you have the selection, click on the mask button. The background layer just beneath it has the car and also has the background. We just want the background in it, and for that we have to remove the car from it. To do that, first of all, again select the car. Hold the Ctrl key. It's already in the mask. So click on the mask. We have the selection. Now let's expand the selection by going to Select, Modify, Expand. Expand it by about 21. Now let's go to Edit, Content Aware Fill. Now inside of that, you can choose which areas would you like to Photoshop to sample from. So on the left hand side, you can paint the green over the areas where you want Photoshop sample from. So this seems to be about right. Hit OK. So this layer is background without car and name it this layer car. Now let's convert both of these layers into a smart object, so that whatever filter we apply, we will have the ability to change the values later. So for the background layer without car, it's selected. Now right click on the layer and selected Convert to Smart Object. Do the same with the car layer. So the background without car layer selected. Let's go to Filter, Blur Gallery, Path Blur. First of all, delete all the path. Select the path, press the delete key and it's gone, because we want to draw everything from scratch. So just along the perspective, start drawing the paths. So one path from right here to there. Alright. And here we are going to draw another path along the perspective. See what we are doing here. Draw as many paths as you like. We just have to maintain the perspective. Now let's increase the speed about 300%. Now we have to gradually increase the speed from this point to this point. Turn on Edit Blur Shapes. Now once you do that, you will begin to see these red arrows, and using the endpoint speed, you can control the speed of each point. Isn't that pretty good? So for the right end, let's set it to about 0 pixel, and for the left end, let's just increase it about 400 pixel. We are going to same for all of the points. Now hit OK once you are satisfied. Have a look at the car. It has so much noise, but the blur, there is just no noise. And here comes to advantage of smart object. We can always back to the blur gallery by double click here and go to noise tab to adjust the noise. Increase the amount from right here. As you can see, the noise is added, but this noise in the car is a little more fine. So let's try to decrease the size and see if you can match that. And there you go. It's perfectly matching. Hit OK once you are satisfied. If the wheels are rotating, there has to be a little blur over there as well. You don't have to be accurate with it. Just select the car layer. Let's go to the filter, blur gallery, spin blur. Let's bring the spin on the top of the wheel. Let's make the circle a little smaller and adjust it so that it takes the shape of the wheel. Let's click on blur tools and increase or decrease the angle according to your preference. I feel like this is going to be enough. Now let's click on noise and let's add the same amount of noise. Click once more time to edit another blur circle. Now with this blur through, there's an issue. It also blurs the body of the card. Don't you worry about it. We got it covered. Just hit OK. Select the mask of the smart filter. Take the brush black as the foreground color. Just erase it away from the body. And there we have our car in motion. Now we add a flashlight blur to the car. So make the copy of the car layer by pressing Ctrl J in your keyboard. And for this, just take the smart filters and drop it into the trash. Let's name this one Flash Blur. Now let's go to the filter blur gallery and once again path blur, and this time the blur is going to be a little different. First of all, delete the path. Now we draw a path by following car perspective. Now drop down of the path blur, change it from basic blur to rear sync plus, and suddenly the blur style changed. Have a look at this. Now similarly in this case we will adjust the endpoint speed. Once you have satisfied with the effect, just hit OK. Let's decrease the opacity of this layer to about 50 or 60%. Now create a color lookup adjustment layer by clicking on the adjustment layer icon and then choosing color lookup. For this scene especially to mimic the need for speed most wanted daylight scenes, we are gonna go with crisp warm look, and it automatically becomes just so amazingly good. So here it the before, not interesting at all, and just look at the after. So that's how I added motion with complex perspective. Clearly the star of the show here is definitely path blur. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and found it inspiring. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more exciting Photoshop tutorial. Share your incredible creations with me in Instagram. My Instagram ID is @AmitKumarBWN4, and you remember I select the car with help of quick selection tools. If you are learn how to create a perfect smooth selection, click on this video. Thank you for watching.